talking about the Fightins here. The Fightins.
Swing and a drive, left field. It's gone. It's gone. It is bedlam at the bank.
The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball.
Podcast right here. You already know. Go fucking subscribe. Go follow.
You are now listening to the 302 Birds Phillies postgame show with Eric, Brendan, Dalt, and Ballpark Tommy. Proudly powered by TickPick. Check out the link in the bio for $10 off your first order today. Let's take it to the show.
First game at home, first dub, and I told you guys the past couple of days, Cristopher Sanchez is going to be an absolute demon on the mound this season. I swear he's probably going to be top 3 in voting for Cy Young. Yes, he let up a home run. I don't care. He's a third starter for a reason. If he lets up at least one run, I don't care. He was absolutely phenomenal tonight. But what's up, everybody? Eric, also known as Shard, here with the 302 Birds post-game show, joined with my buddy Brendan. But dude, what a slow start to the game today. They can't do anything until the 6th, 7th inning, it seems.
This is insane. The same thing for 4 days in a row. It's like you don't have to even turn the game on until, the 6th, the 7th? At least it worked out today, a 3:05, opening day game, and then nobody got home until the 6th and 7th inning. So it actually kind of worked out, in all honesty.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, whose decision was it to start the game at 3:05 when most people are working, dude? I'm surprised most people probably took off, but they sold out the stadium.
Right.
Dalt, KJ, a bunch of other people were there. I have videos from Dalt I'll play in a few minutes. But I just so you talk shit to Nola but not Sanchez? Yes, because Nola always lets up home runs. Always, dude. Always. Harry, what's up? If you guys don't follow Harry already on Twitter, make sure you drop him a follow. I think it's Philly Sports Harry or something like that. Harry, if you want to drop your handle, I'll put it up on the screen. But good guy to follow from England. He gives his takes, and it's always great having somebody's takes that really baseball is not their main sport. But Harry loves baseball, so go ahead and drop him a follow. But yeah, so I mean, who decided to put the game at 3:05, dude? Because I was getting off work at the time, and I didn't get home until probably the 5th inning, really, by the time I got home.
Yeah, so you didn't miss anything then.
Yeah, I didn't really miss anything, and I mean, honestly, I feel like the home opener for any team really should be a night game.
100%. You're getting everybody home. Everybody's either around the TV. Granted, was it nice to listen to Scott Franzke on the way home from work? Yes, don't get me wrong. But would have still been nice to watch the game and watch the opening ceremony and then, not hide my computer in the middle of the bullpen at work. So how about next year we do a 6:45, 6:30, 7:05 game and call it a day?
I definitely agree with you there, dude. But just and going back to this point, talking shit about Nola but not Sanchez, I guess this will get us into our first topic of pitching report. But yeah, man, here's my thing, right? So with Nola, it's I expect him to always go out there and let up a home run. So that's why I'm so hard on Nola, because it's just he goes out there and lets up home runs. With Sanchez, I'm not going to talk shit on him because I just feel like Sanchez is a bit of a better pitcher. Personally,
yeah,
that's my opinion. Now, everybody else, everybody else is going to have different opinions. But me personally, I can't stand Nola. I think Sanchez is the better pitcher. But looking at his stat line for today and the bullpen after him, Sanchez went 5.1 innings pitched, let up 4 hits, only 1 run, which was a home run. So really can't really fault him for that. 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, 1.69 ERA. So his ERA is still sub 2, which is really great. And yeah, I mean, I really think he's going to be a Cy Young dark horse if he can keep this up. After him was Kirkering. He was lights out, came in 0.2 innings to pitch. He finished off that 5th inning for Sanchez, came in, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, but 0 ERA still. So he's absolutely phenomenal. Joe Ross, he came in.
Joe Ross.
I told you he was going to pitch, dude.
Joe Ross, huh?
1 inning pitched, 1 hit, no runs, no earned runs, 1 strikeout, 4.5 ERA. My boy Alvarado, I think he's going to have a great freaking season this year. Alvarado, 1 inning pitched, big poppy, no hits, no runs, no earned runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, 0 ERA. And then Romano came in. He looked a little bit better. Let up 1 hit, but looked a lot better than his first outing. I know we said we were going to give him a little bit to get adjusted. So definitely on the right track. He does look adjusted. 1 inning pitched, 1 hit, no earned runs, 2 strikeouts. His ERA has lowered to a 9. So still kind of high, but not as high as it has been. Also, Harry, I don't teach you. You're like 22, dude. Chill out in the comments. But yeah, dude, like the bullpen today was impressive.
Everything you needed to be.
Everything you needed it to be. And if they can keep this up, I mean, I don't have any complaints there. But like pitching all around was great today. Do you have anything you want to add?
No, I think it's exactly what you just said. The fastball from Sanchez is disgusting. The changeup was a little iffy at the beginning. He definitely got a little bit better command going into like maybe the 3rd, 4th type inning. I know he gave up the home run and was at the top of the 5th. But otherwise, he looked great. His command was there. The velocity was there. There was that little scare in the top of the 4th when he ran over to cover first base. And not sure if he did anything to it, but he definitely did something to that heel for the time being. I doubt that was the reason they took him out. It definitely was just his first start, and he was getting up there, and he gave up the home run. But like you said, the bullpen was phenomenal. Kirkering to Ross to Alvarado to Romano. It was everything it needed to be. And on top of that, you were able to give Strom an extra day rest, which is perfect going into another day tomorrow when you have an off day. So that's 2 straight days that he was off. Did he pitch yesterday?
Who?
Strom.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, 2 days off, exactly what he needs coming back from his injury. He looks good so far, but 2 days is definitely exactly what the body needs.
Yeah.
And Joe Ross with the win, by the way.
Joe Ross with the win, buddy. I told you Joe Ross is gonna be that guy. But yeah, I just thought the pitching overall was great. And I'm seeing some comments in here, and we're gonna talk about that in a minute. But like I thought it was great overall. And I really feel like some of these guys in the bullpen are gonna step up. I know one of our biggest worries going into the season with letting go of Hoffman, with letting go of Estevez was the bullpen.
Yeah.
But if these guys can step up, they'll still have a really good bullpen going into the season.
Yeah, you only need your big 3 in Alvarado, Strom, and Kirkering, and then these other guys that just trickle in afterwards. And that really squares you away if you have the rotation that everybody's talking about where they can go deep into a game at 7, 8 innings every time.
Right. I think the only thing I worried about was Sanchez. His pitch count was a little bit high, a little bit early, but other than that, he was fine.
Yeah, no, he settled down really fast.
Right. But getting into our next topic, next thing I want to take a look at, what about these torpedo bats, dude? Like I saw some reports today. Shout out to Gavin. He's not on the show tonight, but he sent me some text earlier. I guess Stott and some of the Phillies reached out to the what is it, Victus bat?
Yeah, Victus in Blackwood, New Jersey.
Yeah, so they reached out to the guy that makes their bats, and he's making them some torpedo bats. He's going to have them out to them sometime this week. Bohm already got his. He used his today, which, I mean, didn't really help him at all. He got 1 hit, one hit with the torpedo bat. But, I mean, I really do kind of feel like, because I was talking to one of my buddies today, and I feel like, honestly, with the way the bats are made, you really don't think about it when you look at a bat. It's kind of just like, okay, it's a baseball bat.
Yeah.
Where they're putting the most wood is where most hitters will hit. And it's the most mass. So you want more mass behind your hit because it's going to launch those balls farther.
Honestly, I'm a fan. Let's be honest, it's been the same bat for however many years, going over 100 years now. I'm genuinely surprised that it's taken this long for somebody to say you're not supposed to hit off the tip of the bat, and it's most likely going to, dig into the ground or go foul, and it's not going to do anything. Can this be a good thing? Absolutely. Can it also be something that can go downhill really fast, in my opinion? Absolutely as well. The big thing that we've talked about for 2 or 3 years now is chasing. And the fact that now you get this bat that's practically a men's softball league bat. If you're not careful, if you're not cautious, if you don't eye up the ball the way it should be, that's my only concern. Just thinking that this bat's going to just turn everything off or, turn everything on and everything's going to be fine. I think it was the Brewers head coach who said it right, that it doesn't matter what you're doing. It's the person that swings the bat. So if you're chasing, if you're looking away, that can be detrimental. But a guy like Stott, who has a short, compact swing with power, this can put him over the top. It really can. He has a good eye. Maybe Turner should get the bat. Who knows?
I'm surprised Turner even came out to bat today, especially with all his stuff he said he has going on. But that kind of leads us into our next topic, is the batting report. I know you kind of wanted to talk about the clowns of the game, and like this kind of both ties in. So I guess we'll do batting report and then we'll go clowns and then stars. But the batting today, honestly, like up until the
bottom of the sixth.
Yeah, the bottom of was it the bottom of the sixth or was it the top of the seventh?
Bottom of the
seventh.
They only bat in the bottom.
So it was okay. So no, it was bottom of the seventh when Mundo Sosa doubled.
You're right. Yeah.
I'm looking here.
They scored bottom of the seventh.
Bottom of the seventh, and Mundo Sosa doubled. So, I mean, up until then, like it was just really abysmal. Mm-hmm. I mean, they hadn't scored any runs. I think they said in like 14, 15 innings. And like, I get they're the Fightins for a reason. I said this, I think, yesterday, like they need to live up to their name. And obviously they did today because they fought back from, granted, it was a 1-run lead, but you can't wait until, like Jordan said here, you can't wait until an opposing starting pitcher is off the mound.
Right.
Like, it just seems like the past couple of games, they're really slow to get started against the starters. And we have to wait until their bullpen to come in. And we shouldn't have to rely on that, because if you do, it's just like I've lost my train of thought. But like,
no, I know exactly what you're saying. I think it's the same thing we talked about last year, right? At the beginning of last year, they made all of these mediocre 2 through 5 pitchers look like Cy Young candidates. And unfortunately, they're doing the same exact thing now. My biggest take, even though, they scored 6 runs today, Max Kepler had his first home run as a Philly. Sosa had 2 doubles. Castellanos hit his first home run. Honestly, my biggest takeaway from the offense today was Trey Turner. Came off the bench, hasn't played in a couple of days, went down 0-2 in the count, and then worked it back for a walk. Got Sosa up the bat. Sosa knocked him home. That was the biggest thing for me, to see that he's not just out there doing whatever and worked the count, didn't chase at absolutely everything, and allowed himself to get on base and play that small ball type that everybody's saying that they should do, instead of just swing for the fences every time.
Yeah, I mean, I just like they really gotta play the small ball, and
the homers will come. They'll come as they come. That's the biggest thing. It just don't chase for it. It'll come as they come.
Right. I'd really love to see them get some guys on base and just score runs with the short ball, because like that gets me more excited personally than, home runs. Like, if you can hit a ground ball and it splits the gap and you got a guy trying to dive for it and he misses it and now you're scoring runs, I'm going to get hype as hell for that, especially at the game, seeing that live. So, I mean, I think, personally, they need to work on that. But speaking of live, I have some videos that Dalt wanted me to show. So let me play that real quick. We got Kyle Schwarber's home run, and we got Castellanos' home run. I'm going to play Kyle's first. Here we go.
I see Wawa Hoagie.
Dalt, if you're watching this, for a guy who calls himself an amateur fan, you're really hype. You're really hype for an amateur fan. Me personally, I would think that's a fan that's been watching for 80 plus years. So
I'd say so.
But
For a 305 game, that place is rocking.
that place was rocking, and Kyle Schwarber, like, just dead center. I think him and Sosa are tied right now for the most hits, which is Sosa being tied is surprising to me. But
Yeah.
we all
He's
know
6
the
for
saying.
11 this year.
What was that?
He's 6 for 11 this year, batting over 500.
Yeah, like he's batting over 500, and we all know the saying, bitches love Sosa. So I mean, like, I don't know, man. Like, if Turner is still out, Sosa, like, he needs to get some playing time. He needs to be starting some games, personally, in my opinion. But going into the next video that Dalt sent, Kepler and Castellanos back to back. Max Kepler finally with his first home run of the season as a Philly.
Kepler! Casting! Let's go! Woo!
Absolutely amazing. I'm sure it was electric seeing that live, but just seeing it on TV, like, back to back was great. And it just set the tone for the rest of the game, honestly. But make sure you checked on your loved ones because, Nick Castellanos went yard. So you got to make sure you check on them. But yeah, man, like, that gets us into our next topic, which is our stars of the game. The game at that point was 4-1, so we already had taken the lead, but to have them go yard and score more runs, just exactly what you needed. I mean, get that gap bigger because you don't know how the bullpen is going to go.
Right.
Granted, they did their job today, but getting that gap, letting the bullpen, kind of have that room to work in case they do let up a run or two is great. And I'm still on the train, and Brendan, I think you're on the train. I really think Kepler is going to be a really big guy this season.
Low risk, high reward, and it showed right there. It's absolutely insane. And to your point, this is exactly what we complained about for 162 games last year going into the Mets series. If you go up in a game, don't stop, right? 9 times out of 10 last year, they would get up 4-1 and then, or 3-1, whatever it may be, and then the bats would die. The bullpen would collapse and they would lose 5-4, 4-3, somewhere in that realm. This needs to happen every single time. It doesn't matter if you're up 4-1, 5-1, 10-1, whatever it may be. You hit until you can't hit no more. And that's exactly what they did today. It was perfect. Seeing Cassie to Kepler to Schwarber to Sosa to Stott to Turner, like, it's crazy. We haven't even mentioned the Harper yet today, right?
No, we haven't mentioned Harper at all.
But that's what I mean. Like, this is a stacked team full of champions who want to be a champion team. And it showed today that it's, doesn't take one guy, it takes all 9.
Yeah. And I mean, to hit those home runs in the end of the game, like, I'm sitting there when it was 1-0, and I was like, we're going to go one of two ways. Either we're going to lose 1-0, or somebody's going to hit a walk-off, and it's going to be a walk-off on home opener. And I would have loved a walk-off on home opener. I feel like it would have made the bank ecstatic. But I am glad that, like you said, they were able to get those runs and they were able to keep piling them on. So that way we don't have to worry. Because I feel like, again, to your point, last year it was, okay, we have the lead. We're comfortable now. We're in a good spot. We don't have to keep fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And I really hope that they don't do that this year, that if they get the lead, they just keep pouring it on and keep pouring it on and keep pouring it on. Just like put your foot on their neck and don't let up.
Nope.
That analogy is probably really bad, but we all get the point.
It works.
Well, we all, we all get the point.
Yeah.
Like just keep your foot on the gas, like you got to keep going. You got to keep getting runs because again, to close this out, you do not know how the bullpen is going to perform that day.
Right.
It could be a down day. It could be an up day.
Yeah.
And like Jordan said here, hopefully the bullpen can keep a lead this year. I think they will, knock on wood. But again, you have your days.
It's the biggest concern all year, in all honesty.
Yeah. But next thing I want to get into is, and I'll give this to you because I know you had kind of texted me about it. Clowns of the game, dude. What's going on with this offense? Who are your clowns?
Let's be honest. They won 6-1. There was, 3-4 home runs. The pitching was great. Management was Rob Thompson today. There really isn't a lot to complain about. But at the same time, we're 4 games in the season, so we're not at a point yet where we could just say everything's great, the team's amazing, let's go win a World Series, right? This team cannot hit the ball whatsoever through innings 1 through 5. I don't know what it is between their first and second plate appearances, but it looks like they are the bad news bears up there. But the caveat to that, innings 6 through 9, they're scoring runs, right? So for the first 4 games of the season, in innings 1 through 5, they scored 2 runs. In innings 6 through 9, 24 runs. 24 runs in the 6th through 9th inning, which is absolutely insane. I don't know if it's, we're getting to a point where the starters coming out of the game, they're seeing, a relief pitcher who's not as strong, whatever it may be. This isn't something that can continue if you want to go deep into the playoffs. You have to be able to hit right away. Starters are only going to start to go longer into games as the season goes on. Right now, you have guys getting pulled out 5 innings, 4 and a third, 6 and a third, whatever it may be. We're going to get to the point very soon, probably towards the end of the month, end of April, where guys are going to start going 7, 8, 9 innings. The White Sox pitcher today got pulled in, the 5th or 6th inning as he's throwing a no-hitter. That's not going to be a thing very soon. So if you can't capitalize on a starting pitcher, don't rely on the relief pitchers coming in just the 8th or the 9th where you're trying to get, 2, 3 runs. That, I guess, for a lack of better terms, that's my clown of the game. Just the lineup in innings 1 through 5. Like I said, there's not much to talk about, but at the same time, there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, I don't really have any clowns. I guess I agree with you. The offense just needs to get better early on, but it's also early in the season. So
it's a nuanced type thing.
Yeah. It's kind of just like the Phillies every season is just they start slow. And like I said, the past couple of shows, I'd rather them start slow, get hot in October and keep it up in October. So that way they can make a run. Yeah. But in terms of main topics, that's really all we have. It was a great overall game. Pitching looked great. Offense looked great. So great way to open the season at home. Looking ahead, tomorrow is an off day, so we won't be on tomorrow. The Phillies won't be on tomorrow. But looking ahead, Wednesday we have Zach Wheeler on the mound against Kyle Freeland. That is a 6:45 start, so thank God it's a night game. Thursday, nobody's going to be watching this game. I'm personally not going to be watching this game because by the time it gets done, I will be out of work.
Yep.
But Thursday is a 1:05 start. It's Taijuan Walker. Nobody wants to watch him.
Yeah, it's just
against Antonio Senzal. I can't say his last name. Senzatala. I think that's how you say his name.
Why not?
And then Friday starts the series against the Dodgers, which is going to be a real test early on in the season for the Phillies. No pitchers for either team has been announced for that yet. But we will keep you updated as they are announced. But
I think it'll be Luzardo.
It's probably going to be Luzardo, Nola,
and then Sanchez again.
Sanchez, yeah. So great pitchers. Other than Nola, he'll probably
Nola in the Rab 4th inning. Other than that, we'll be fine.
Other than that, we'll be fine. But Luzardo, he'll probably, knock on wood, he'll probably let up a run or two, but he'll probably get like 11, 12 strikeouts. So we'll see.
That'll be the testament. You play the Rockies, you play the Nationals. Dodgers are going to be the true test. And I don't want to hear anybody talking shit that the Phillies are 3-1 and because of who they play.
Yeah. So, but Jordan, enjoy on Saturday. It should be a good game, my dude. Especially against the Dodgers. Have fun. But that's all we have for you guys today. Kind of a shorter post-game show. Well, not shorter. We usually go 30 minutes anyway. But yeah, I mean, that's really all we have. So, Brendan, you have anything else?
No. Like I said, enjoy it. That's all it is. You were here for a long-ass ride this year.
long ride. So, on that note, we're going to hit the outro. Everybody have a good night. We'll see you back here on Wednesday. See you, everybody.
Take care, guys.
The Fightins.
Swing and a drive, left field. It's gone. It's gone. It is Bedlam at the bank.
The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball.
Podcast right here. You already know. Go fucking subscribe. Go follow.